y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Synergy Talks. I'm Mr. J Synergy, bringing late breaking news. Today's edition is going to be Sports Edition. We have some pretty astonishing news. Not really astonishing, but just never thought we'd see today. Mr. Drew Brees, Mr. Clutch, Mr. Who Dat, Mr. Saints man himself out of New Orleans has called it quits after 20 seasons. That's right, Mr. Drew Brees, Mr. Who Dat himself has called it quits and hanging up the cleats after 20 seasons. Big ups to Mr. Drew Brees, which is one of the greatest who ever did it. Not only did he come to the Saints, he actually left San Diego 5 years into his career after suffering they thought was going to be a career-ending injury to his shoulder. The San Diego Chargers didn't look too much into him for the future because he was actually drafted in the second round. He was undersized at that time for a quarterback because it was unheard of that most quarterbacks at 6 foot can actually be successful in the National Football League when you're throwing over offensive linemen that are 6'5". So they didn't think he was too much of a talent. He didn't have the best arm. He came out in the second round. Little did they know he had a lot of spunk about himself and he could place that ball. So with that being said, he got hurt with the Chargers, got traded to the Saints after he was released from the Chargers. So he ended up signing with the Saints, rehabbed, and went on to win a Super Bowl in 2009 after a couple seasons of signing with New Orleans Saints. He was known as a hero throughout New Orleans, and he's also a great humanitarian because he do have a humanitarian aid with him and his wife that gives back to the community, and he donated $5 million as well to the area during the Hurricane Katrina year. So Drew Brees has done a lot for New Orleans, for the team, and we're going to miss him on the field with his heart and his spunk. Drew Brees, he is one of the best to ever do it, even though he doesn't have multiple Super Bowls. He had a couple bad calls and playoff years back-to-back that stopped him from being in Super Bowls. And then last season, Father Time just caught up with him, and he looked like he was a 42-year-old about to retire. So, a 38-year-old, 42-year-old, he looked like he played 20 years. So, big ups to Drew Brees and his legacy. Mr. Drew Brees, like I said, one of the best that ever did it. He's number one in passing yards in the NFL in history. He has 80,358 passing yards as a quarterback, and that's number one in NFL history. And completions, he has 7,142 completion yards passing. That's number one in NFL history. Completion percentage, 67.7%. That's first best ever in NFL history. And his pass touchdowns is 571. That's first in NFL history. So, Drew Brees is one of the greatest that ever done it, one of the greatest we'll ever see, one of the greatest to ever come to a community at a time when they needed something to uplift the community after Hurricane Katrina. So, big ups to Mr. Drew Brees. The announcement came via Instagram by his 3 sons and daughters. They announced that Daddy's going to retire so he can spend more time with us. So, big ups to Mr. Drew Brees. Enjoy your money. Enjoy your community. Continue to spread the love, and hey, it's just an example of hard work paying off, and we thank you for being a humanitarian and a brave heart out there in the New Orleans area, and continue to do your thing and enjoy your retirement shit. So once again, this is late breaking news, or early breaking for some, that Mr. Drew Brees, after 20 seasons, has retired from the NFL after a glorious career with the New Orleans Saints as well as the San Diego Chargers. Spent a total of 20 years in the NFL. He's hanging it up, and we hope he just continues on his journey, and we look forward to his next chapter. Once again, I'm Mr. J Synergy. I want to thank everybody out there who continues to watch my content. Continue to like, share, subscribe, support, spread the news. Remember, don't live in the matrix. Things are not always what they seem. And also remember that the fall is going to always be harder than the come up. I'm Mr. J Synergy. Much love to all y'all. Peace. I'm out of here.